Growing up, I, of 27, had a childhood friend Bigirl of 27, who was as close as a real sister. We spent entire weekends at each other's place, celebrated family events, etc., from 6YO till 18YO, even lived at her place in second grade while my parents went to a nasty divorce. I learned to speak some Russian as she is Russian, and she learned to speak some Spanish. Needless to say, her older brother and little sister were like a family to me. During our teenage years, she had her two male best friends, one whom she started dating and another one, minus Sneak, now 29, who was Russian as well, whom I started dating at 17. Growing up, I had issues with a heart condition. I won't bore you with the details, but I had to take a lot of meds, but got healthier starting from 16. One didn't have to take them daily, but only when my heart rate became irregular, minus. But then immediately as it would become extremely painful, my heart would cramp, I would start to hyperventilate. All my friends knew this, Ray included, and that I would black out if my meds got taken with alcohol. I didn't smoke much or drink much growing up as a result, since I was worried about my health and only did drink at home or in a safe setting. Legal drinking age is 16 here, and I only drank wine or beer if at all. I had my first time with Sneak at 17, and when my parents stayed at a retreat 2 weeks later, he come over to have a date night. I did drink 1 glass of wine, but starting having health issues later, resulting in me taking my meds and being unconscious. I was a bit sore the next morning but didn't think much about it. 2 weeks later, I am informing Sneak that I'm late on my period, and he starts to panic, confessing he had sex with me while I was unconscious. We had it before, so he didn't think much about it. Pertinently, he didn't have a condom, but since I was on the pill, he figured it was alright, and he also didn't come in me, but in a tissue. I felt violated and disgusted by myself. I didn't know how to describe this and only told Villero about it. I was an utter mess for a few years and wasn't able to have sex again until 2 years later. I didn't think of it as rape back then. I was too young to really understand what and how I was violated, and Villero told me it's alright, I should break up if I feel bad about it, but we were in a relationship and did have sex before. I broke up with him the following day, and apparently he cried about his broken heart to her, as Niece and Villero were close and hanging out together a lot. They started dating a few months afterwards, and I had to see him every time when visiting her. I told her I'm not able to see him, but she didn't understand where I'm coming from. The contact stopped, and we haven't texted or seen each other in years. I still followed her and her family, and saw that her brother is expecting his first child. As I was extremely close with her family, I just commented on the Insta post expressing my gratitude when he reached out to me. I missed his wedding, but he wanted to ask if I would be interested in joining the baby shower, as it's been years and we've been extremely close before. He told me I was like a third little sister. I just asked if Nak will be attending as well as Villero, and him have been dating for 9 years now, and he said yes.